Well, hey, this is Tony. Thank you for joining me at Coolest Life. I'm here doing another video, a Masonic edition video of Rutland Lodge number 298. Yes, Rutland Lodge number 298 here in, technically it's in Rutland, Georgia, but it's somewhere between Macon and Warner Robins. It's somewhere around in there. Well, we're going to knock and see if we get an admission, which I'm sure we can. And before we knock, I just want to show you the outside of this building a little bit. Actually, on a little bit of a busy road. We're at the corner of Liberty Church Road and Houston Road. Notice I didn't say Houston, because in this area, although it's spelled Houston, we call it Houston. Just like this is Houston County. But this is Rutland Lodge number 298. We're about ready to go inside and see if we gain admission, because you've just entered the Coolest Life. Well, the meeting's about to start, so they don't have an elevator, but they do have this electric thing here that you could sit on and ride all the way up. Change seats and come on up this one. They got a sign-in book here. They've got some hats, probably past master hats more than likely. Looks like they got an Eastern Star chapter here. Normally Eastern Star would hang their jewels here. There's a preparation room there. A little restroom in the back. And the main room. You'll see swords like this similar in other lodges. No smoking. I actually bought one of these for Rose Hill that was red like this. Really cool. There's their lineup in case they use it. So when they officially go into the meeting room, they'll line up here and start the lodge meeting from back here. There's another Tyler sword there. It's got a little bit of, looks like a Yorkite sword. I don't see Masonic logos on it. So we're going to go on inside the main room here. Really like the setup here. The floor is just beautiful. They've got a nice star here, probably depicting Eastern Star, I would imagine, by the looks of it. Really cool woodwork. A lot of times you will see the phrase that we use for our lights that we have here, our lesser lights, are arranged in a triangular form about the holy altar. So technically this is a triangular form. Normally we would see this would be here, lined up more here, so it forms a square, but this one not so much. And they've got the Masonic logos on their lights also. Let me see if we do that one. Okay, they probably got a main switch somewhere. Let's start in as we normally do in the senior warden's chair here, which is a really good looking depiction. I like that. It's a little thicker than most that I see. I see these are a lot thinner. This is good. This because it'll last a lot longer. I like this also. Greatest light in Freemasonry, the Holy Bible. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And that is straight out of King James Version of the Bible. You can see that we are at refreshment. Buy a couple of things. I really like that. It's a good size. A good size column we have here, and the gavel is a good size also. It's got some girth to it. So I'll put that back. Seating is got a little velvet to it. You notice we are missing the globes on top. Don't know why they're missing. They shouldn't be missing. They really should have some globes on top of here and one on top of there. Terrestrial globe and a celestial globe. I might stick my head in this room to see if they've got to in here. And it's really dark in here, so you don't want to see that. So, but I didn't see any globes. So actually, the first lodge I've ever been into that didn't have globes on top of the two columns here near the senior warden. Normally, you would find these two columns will be over here, possibly on the side of this door. And God said, let there be light. Oh, I really like those. So they got some past masters here on the wall. Good seating. I love the floor work. I mean, it's in really good condition. I don't know if they just recently done this just a couple years ago. You don't see any worn marks. And I know when they do degree work, there's worn patterns that happen on the floor. Or secretary's desk. Look at the size of that chair. I mean, that chair that's a wide body. You figure these aprons are 14 inches wide. So that tells you this seat is like 18 inches. It's a good size. There's our common picture of that you see in so many lodges with depicting George Washington. The G next to the Eastern Star logo. The G, I'm sure, will light up. Also nice woodwork along the wall. I think that's really paneling though, unlike this down here on the floor. You got your masters. Oh, I like this. That's unusual. Nice. Square actions by the square virtue. That's the gavel also. It's got some room back there. Looks like they got a microphone PA system set up here. Over here we've got a secretary's desk. In 2 years, from what I gather, they're going to be celebrating their 150th year of being a Masonic Lodge. So if you're around here in 2 years, you might want to come over here and check these brothers out to see what they're doing as far as festivities are going. Lots of good woodwork here, you see. I mean, not only the chairs. The chairs are also narrow in the back and wider in the front. That's not all that common. It's got the plum up there. There's one style of plum back there. And then you see another style of plum here, a little more ornate on that. And then a more common, more or less ornate, I should say, there. And I also like the how the gold is here. Beautiful lodge. There, excuse me, they got a kitchen that's a little bigger than this room here downstairs for dining. About ready, excuse me, about ready to have some dinner with the ladies, and show you this picture here behind me is also nice. You got 3 steps, you got 5 steps, and then you got 7 steps over that way. If you know anything about masonry, you know those are symbolic for one reason or another. And this is stuff you could find online. This is not revealing any secrets. You can find all this online. But also, you see the columns here I just spoke about. They've got the globes on top. Can't tell which one's celestial, which one's terrestrial, but there's at least 2 globes there. They're probably just missing theirs. Maybe they happen and they're getting them redone. But anyway, they'll take care of that another day. And of course the altar here, which I don't really think I really mentioned. Check the square and compasses. Even the square and compasses are on this book, which should be a King James Version of the Holy Bible, depicting the local religion of this area is what they use. If you were Muslim, they probably got a copy of the Quran or anything like that inside, so they would bring it out. So if you ever needed to swear, take an oath or anything, if you're doing kind of oaths, you would use the Bible or the Bible that depicts your religion. And all Masonic lodges that I know of will have a copy of that within the building. Maybe the secretary's got it, or they keep it in here in the altar that we have here. Really nice lodge. Really impressed with this flooring, though. It's just you don't see this kind of workmanship. It looks really good, especially this kind of style, an Eastern Star type style in the middle of the room. Maybe at one time this was strictly an Eastern Star lodge. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Eastern Star started this lodge. Possible, especially with work like that in the center of it. I would say that's a pretty good question. Or maybe they just wanted to put something there, so that's what they chose. Hey, to each his own. It's why each lodge is so different. There's different things that you can see within those lodges. The downstairs room, as I mentioned before, is their dining facility, as most lodges are. This is traditionally how most lodges are set up. There's a dining facility as you walk in, and then the lodge room is actually upstairs. I'd say, gosh, 80% of the lodges you go to are set up this way. More and more lodges, as they're building them brand new, are making them all one level for obvious reasons. It's easier for the brothers to get around. They go from one room to the next. They don't have to travel stairs. You don't need an elevator. Elevators can be extremely expensive. If you see the Key West Lodge, I just did a video on not too long ago. They were actually going to put an elevator down the center of their stairwell. Already set money aside for it, but they just moved into their facility about 2 years ago and are still kind of doing some finishing touches and making sure they don't go into debt for anything. But if you ever get a chance, you're in Rutland, Georgia, halfway between Warner Robins and Macon, come by and see these brothers at Rutland Lodge. They meet on first and third Mondays of the month, which is what today is. Today is the first Monday. But you are now be sure to like and subscribe and send this video to your friends, because you are now leaving the coolest life, Masonic edition.